Adam doesn't know. Please stand. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the faculty of Fairview High School, it is with great pride that I present to you the class of 1999. And now, ladies and gentlemen, I present to you my colleagues, the faculty of Fairview High School. Please be seated. As we start today's program, just a couple of brief announcements. For your convenience, as you'll note up around the podium, we have video cameras and we have professional still photographers, and we would like to ask parents and relatives to please stay in your seats so that we can ensure a smooth graduation. At the conclusion of the graduation, the ceremony will end with the graduates in their spaces, and they will join you. So please try to avoid coming down. It gets real congested down here. Thank you.
Faculty, friends, family members, distinguished guests, and fellow graduates, it is my honor this morning to welcome you to the Fairview High School Class of 1999 commencement ceremony. As I look out into a sea of familiar faces, I see so many memories and so much promise for the future. We marched in here this morning, side by side, in matching caps and gowns, together as a class. We've grown up that way, too. Look around. Much of us started out together in kindergarten. Most of us have known one another as long as we can remember. Our individual histories and memories are bound tightly together in pictures, yearbook entries, and in the corners of our minds. We help build one another into the people that we are today. Each and every one of us has grown so much over the last 4 years. We have progressed from a state of fear, mostly of the seniors and that long walk past Veely Lake, into a state of pride and accomplishment now that we are those seniors at graduation. If we seem a little frantic and nostalgic today, it's probably because this is seen as a culmination of our learning, our friendships, and of our childhood. A chapter in our lives is ending. Endings are supposed to be sad, After all, these are supposed to be the best days of our lives. I truly hope they are not, however, because I want even bigger and brighter futures for all of us who have come so far together. Graduates like you all deserve a place in the sun. A time comes in everyone's life that tests the limits of their souls. That time may bring joy, pain, euphoria, or even grief. To me and most of you, our time has come. We now face a strange world, alone, without some of our closest friends and family. We must start over, learning everything again. Reality is a scary thing to face, but with it comes an exciting new challenge of the future. I wish all of you the best of luck in all of your future endeavors, and would once again like to welcome you on this long-awaited day.
Sweetness and the
Thank you, choir, Mr. Revere, Mr. Keller, Mr. Christopher. They're just awesome. As most of you know, Fairview High School is on a weighted 4.0 grading system. At this time, it is my honor to introduce this year's valedictorian. Devin Coughlin has earned a weighted GPA of 4.902. Devin is interested in pursuing a challenging education in theoretical physics or chemistry at Stanford University. Please welcome Devin.
From the time of our births until today, the world has changed as much as we have. Music, fashion, computers, world politics. The last 2 decades have ushered in incredible advances in the way that we live and view the world around us. So for us, the class of 1999, it is exciting and perhaps a little scary to imagine what our lives will be like 20 or 30 years down the road. While we will each follow our own individual paths, our collective passage to the future will be mired with dangerous obstacles and difficult choices. These choices will have consequences. We will be forced to challenge many of our basic assumptions about the universe and the way that we live. And challenge them we must if we are to survive. We are blessed and cursed to have been born into this exciting time, a point of inflection in the history of the human race. We stand at a crossroads. Down one path, we see the lights of paradise. Down the other, a world of war, man-made pestilence, and starvation. Now is the time to choose the right path to follow. There are so many things that we do each day that jeopardize our future and the futures of our children. As a society, we must examine these things in detail and come to decisions about whether their destructive byproducts are worth their more immediate rewards. We know that reproduction is a basic human right, undeniable and inabrogable. Having children is one of the most precious aspects of the human experience. We value our children more than anything else. However, as we advance in the disciplines of medicine and social science, our population continues to grow. We must look to the future and ask ourselves whether we want to live in a world of 10 billion people. Indeed, we must ask if such a world is even supportable. More people will consume more energy, already a precious commodity. As we become more dependent on technology to satisfy our needs, we must ask whether our reliance on fossil fuels as a source of energy is sustainable. We use fossil fuels for gasoline, sweaters. From hand lotion to computer parts, they play an integral role in our lives, and we don't even realize it. Unfortunately, our supply is limited and rapidly diminishing. The trend we have established is certainly not sustainable. If we wish to protect our children, our standard of living, and our way of life, we must find alternative sources of energy which can last for generations. In a world characterized by ethnic violence and political fragmentation, we must labor to build bridges rather than burn them. We waste too much time, money, energy, and human life on our pathetic squabbles. If all this energy could be invested into other, more worthwhile projects, think of what we could accomplish. Class of 1999, it is time for this generation to say no to the campaign of destruction that we have prosecuted against our world, its people, and our children. We must remember that all of the choices we make for our children, and consequently for their children as well. Our future actions will have a profound effect, not merely on our own lives, but also on the lives of all posterity. For better or worse, our actions will determine their future. And what a future we can create for them. I believe that with commitment and concerted hard work, the world 3 decades from now can be a glorious place. Imagine all we will do. research into new cures for diseases, better diets to expand the human lifespan, new methods of communicating, connecting us in ways we never thought possible, will usher in a new renaissance of art and expression. And can you imagine all the unwritten books we will read? All the songs unsung will be heard? The face of the world will change completely. We will be more diverse, yet inclusive. Our cultures will become richer and be reborn as new ideas and perspectives flood our societies. These different ways of thinking will change the way we live and work together. Perhaps within our lifetimes we will travel to Mars and then explore the solar system. Perhaps we will colonize other planets or make contact with extrasolar life. For the class of 1999, the opportunities are endless and amazing. A strange and wonderful world awaits us. We have every reason to be optimistic and so much to look forward to. So today, as we leave here bearing different goals, dreams, and aspirations, let all of us remember what is possible. Look toward the future. A challenging path lies ahead, but the rewards for its completion are greater than we can even imagine. Today we inherit the world. Tomorrow we must pass it on. Let us attempt to leave it better off than we have found it.
Each year, the seniors are given the opportunity to try out for the honor of speaking at graduation. This year, about 20 seniors tried out in front of a selection committee composed of both faculty and students. Out of this group, only 3 seniors were selected. In order to make its decision, the committee focused on the elements of content, appeal, subject, and delivery. As a member of the committee, I was amazed at all the talent exhibited by each student. However, the exceptional creativity, ability, and talent of these 3 speakers made them stand out from the rest. It is my pleasure to introduce this year's student graduation speakers, Susie Harder, Corinne Schrum, and Caitlin Decker.
Years ago, we entered the kindergarten door with our backpacks full of security blankets, stuffed animals, and tattered children's books. In my bag were 3 childhood favorites: Brown Bear, What Do You See?, Goodnight Moon, and of course, Dr. Seuss. As I reflected on graduation, I realized that these books that we put aside at the kindergarten door take on new meaning as we leave high school behind. They were meant to help us discover the world around us. As we graduate, we are entering a new world with the same wonder, fear, bewilderment, and excitement that we had on that first day of kindergarten. Our books, long thrown aside, can once again shed light on our journey. Brown bear, what do you see? The bear, duck, and frog in the book only see what's directly in front of them, but the children at the end see everything clearly. As we sit here today, we see the present, we see the past, live the present, and envision the future. As toddlers, our parents read Goodnight Moon to lull us into sleep. In the book, the little bunny looks around and, to delay his going to bed, says goodnight to all of his familiar surroundings. "Good night, room," says the bunny. As graduates, we are saying goodnight to the building that has housed us for 4 long years. Our cement walls, fluorescent lights, and beloved senior balcony are our room to say goodnight to. The bunny also says, "Good night, comb, good night, brush, good night, nobody, good night, mush." Today we are saying goodbye to the little things that didn't seem to matter, but filled our everyday lives. Our lockers that always got jammed, the gum perpetually under our desks, and the television on which we watched so many reruns. The bunny also says, "Goodnight to the old lady, whispering hush." We are saying goodnight, although hopefully not goodbye, to our friends, parents, and teachers that have helped us along the way. And just as the bunny says, good night to the very world around him, good night stars, good night air, good night noises everywhere. We are saying good night to the world we've grown up in, because after today, we enter a new world full of responsibility and possibility. But then we remember we are going places in this world, and Dr. Seuss helps us along the way. He says, congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who'll decide where to go. Oh, the places you'll go. He also reminds us to face life head on and to step with great care and great tact. And remember that life's a great balancing act. With all this great training, will we succeed? Well, we will indeed. 98 3/4% guaranteed. Kids will move mountains. Good night, my friends, and good luck on all the places we'll go and the things we've yet to see.
High school. Its simplest definition is an institution of education designed to teach students the skills they need to relate to society and to prepare them for their futures. But over the last 4 years, we have experienced so much more than that. I'd like to offer an alternative definition. High school is a time when friendships are made, relationships are built, responsibility is gained, and the doors to the world and all of its opportunities are opened. More importantly, however, high school is a time to reflect upon who you are from many different perspectives. So I ask, who are you? During our time spent here at Fairview, senior year has been the most thought-provoking. Throughout all the questions and uncertainty of our future, the plans made for next year, whether that be college, work, or travel, the joyous celebrations of many victories, and even in the midst of death and violence at Columbine High School, we have continued to ask ourselves, who am I? And today, a day of closure and a day of new beginning, as we reflect upon our lives, we are able to grasp just some sense of how far we have come and the people we have grown up to be. The Breakfast Club, a movie about 5 wild teenagers, comes to mind. In response to the question, who are you? The characters conclude, you see us as you want to see us. In the simplest terms and the most convenient definitions, you see us as the brain, the athlete, the basket case, the princess, and the rebel. But what the 5 of us have found is that we are all a brain, an athlete, a basket case, a princess, and a rebel. So I ask again, who are you? You are unlike any other. And collectively as a whole, we are the class of 1999. We go beyond definition and we do not fit into a book of personality types. We are a class of individuals. And in that, we pushed the boundaries, we tested the authority, we broke the rules, we set new records, we rose to the occasion, and we achieved our goals. We are the class of 1999, the last class of the millennium.
I didn't sleep very well last night, not because of pre-graduation jitters, or even because I was reflecting upon these past 4 years. It was on account of something only we students can fully understand: the sentimental mother. She wasn't asking that I stay up all night with her. No, the approach was more subtle. I went to bed having received only the standard, "I remember when" talk. You get used to hearing so many mom speeches, you think they could make the last one while you're officially a kid really good. Okay, maybe I was a little hurt that she didn't hug me as we laughed for hours about all the little things. A homecoming hairstyle gone awry, procrastinated projects finished at 3 a.m., and my dad's attempt to remain calm when I backed into not one, but 2 parked cars. In any case, I fell asleep dreaming of the prom date with Mr. Slick that never was until 5 a.m. I sense a presence in my room. It draws nearer. I open one eye, then both. The cat fluffs to twice its original size. It's the sentimental mother. "What are you doing?" "I just wanted to watch you sleep," she says. What she meant was, "I'll miss you so much. How will I ever live with you living 1,000 miles away? No more hugs after concerts or good jobs after games. How can I say I love you when you can't see the sincerity in my eyes? What if no one's there to comfort you when you cry? What will you do if you need—" "Mom," I said, "I'm grown up now." In class of 1999, you've grown up too. We're ready to show this world what we've got. We're equipped with a premier education from the best high school in a 50-state radius. We've got friends, past, present, and future to help us along the way, and the love shown us by family, teachers, and coaches. But most importantly, we have our dreams, our ambitions, God-given or self-attained. We want to achieve and make a difference in this world. We want an even brighter future for our kids, one free of school tragedies and world strife. And today, as we graduate, we take that first step to reach our dreams. And we are ready. Parents, grandparents, family, teachers, and mentors alike, you've been a big part of our preparation. We remember how you've raised us, all the wonderful things you've done and taught us on our way. And along with wanting to achieve our goals, we want to make you proud. Sitting here, our future presidents, doctors, pro athletes, major recording artists, military leaders, space pioneers, and oh yes, even a few sentimental moms and dads. Fellow Fairview grads, we've done it. Now let's keep on doing it and impact this world in the outstanding ways of which we know we're capable. And to all you sentimental mothers and fathers out there, look at us. We're grown up. But don't worry, we'll email.
Those were outstanding speeches. Nice job, you guys. Good morning. My name is Don Haddad, and I would like to welcome all of you in celebrating this very special day for our graduating seniors. At this point, I have the honor of introducing 3 very special groups of students who have distinguished themselves by achieving at extremely high levels of academic success. The first group that I'm going to acknowledge are 4 students who throughout their high school career have earned A's in every single class in which they've participated. And what I'd like to ask is, as I call these names, if you could stand, and also if your parents could stand, and if you could all remain standing until I complete the last name, and we will recognize all of you at once. Devin Coughlin, Sarah Kemp Mell, Hyung Suk Yumi Kim, and Ashley Fitzgerald. Congratulations, you students have accomplished something extremely special. The International Baccalaureate program, which focuses on academic rigor with an international perspective, first came to Fairview High School back in 1994. And since that time has been an integral component of our comprehensive educational program. It's an excellent educational program which is taught in over 900 schools throughout over 90 countries in the world. At this time, we have 33 of our seniors who are International Baccalaureate diploma candidates. And in order to earn the diploma, along with your required coursework, you have to do several things. Number one, you must complete a rigorous course in theory of knowledge. You must complete an extended essay of 4,000 words. You must complete 150 hours of community service activities and successfully pass examinations in 6 of the core subject areas. And at this time, as I've stated, we have 33 candidates, and I'd like to introduce them to you, and again ask that you stand, and if your parents would stand with you and remain standing until we complete the list, then we'll recognize you all together. Ryan Avery, Alyssa Barnett, Lauren Batchelder, Lucia Shomo, Noelle Clayson, Lane Coffey, Devin Coughlin, Dominic Cronshaw, Heather Demarest, Alexis Dieter, Rhea Esposito, Suzanne Gallagher, Carol Gedenberg, Mariah Isley, Anna Jelankovic, Lindsay Johannes, Sarah Kemp Mel, Hyung Suk Yumi Kim, Ben Lackey, Jennifer Marson, Emily Nelson, Amanda Pingle, Teresa Preston, Elizabeth Reed, Conrad Resch, Clayton Schonkweiler, Emma Smadbeck, Jared Smilkstein, Christopher Smith, Amitha Srinivas, Wayne Vinson, Zoya Voronovich, and Amber Young. Congratulations. The final group of students that I would like to introduce to you are students who have earned honor graduate status. And these students throughout their high school career have earned a cumulative grade point average of 3.75 or better, and that's on a weighted grading system. Raina Adelman, Kathleen Anderson, Patrick Anderson, and again, if you could stand and if parents would stand with you, I would appreciate that. Tyler Andres, Ryan Avery, Alex Baya, Alyssa Barnett, Lauren Batchelder, Troy Baronic, Sharon Bergquist, Jessica Bleesner, Nadia Bosch, Ryan Bosworth, Jenny Boyd, Truman Bradley, Emily Cares, BJ Carter, Joey Chow, Lucia Shomo, Anna Clark, Lane Coffey, Justin Collier, Devin Coughlin, Julie Kramer, Jessica Creevy, Dominic Cronshaw, Robert Dahl, Caitlin Decker, Kimberly Decker, Heather Demarest, Alexis Dieter, Faye Doherty, Brooke Dolans, Melissa Dozier, Nathaniel Driscoll, Jacqueline Dulian, Allison Evans, Lindsay Ellers, Matthew Ellis, Peter English, David Enner, Shalimar Enright, Sasha Ertl, Rhea Marie McKnight Esposito, Daniel Fafach, Scott Fetter, Sarah Fagowski, Austin Fisher, Ashley Fitzgerald, Catherine Foley, Ronit Frankel, Suzanne Gallagher, Brian Galusha, Ryan Jabauer, Carol Gedenberg, Amanda Gehant, Sydney Groen, Amy Harris, Susan Harder, Dawn Helton, Adria Renee Heimsfield, Kirsten Hollingsworth, Joanna Howe, Catherine Huguenard, Allison Hunt, Megan Hurley, Mariah Isley, Anna Yelunkovich, Lindsay Johannes, Valerie Johnson, Noel Jordan, Paul Carner, Jessica Kegley, Sarah Kemp Mel, Hyung Suk Yumi Kim, Tamara Landon, Sarah Larson, Jeremy Laufenberger, Brian Lee, Cassandra Leroy, Brooks Lustig, Britton Mason, Rachel Maddie, Robert Maisler, Ryan Maneri, Jennifer Marson, Lisa Melby, Aaron Myers, Emily Miller, Charles Mortimer, Leslie Morton, Emily Nelson, Joe Nguyen, Alicia Norris, Dare Olorunsula, Catherine Pepperzak, Derek Peterson, Michael Fahn, Kristen Poppy, Teresa Preston, Elizabeth Ray, Elizabeth Reed, Kelly Roberts, Conrad Resch, Emily Roper, Jason Roth Nelson, Chad Salvador, Clayton Schonkweiler, Cynthia Schrum, Peter Seiwert, Michael Sinke, Emma Smadbeck, Jared Smilkstein, Allison Smith, Christopher Smith, Miriam Smarkman, Amitha Srinivas, Siri Steinmo, Annie Stover, Kimberly Simsack, Carolyn Zoke, Eliza Thomason, Carolyn Thoreau, Natalia Toro, Sarah Underwood, Thomas Varani, Zoya Varanovich, Jonathan Walker, J. Paul Walsh, Paul Wasika, Amber Wobekind, Benjamin Wolpoff, Abe Yokel, Amber Young, Christina Zamora, and Justin Zeiker. Congratulations. Congratulations on your special day to all seniors, and I wish you the very best that life has to offer. Thank you.
It is my pleasure to introduce our esteemed guests to the class of 1999. It is an honor to have them here today with the charge to confer upon you your diplomas when you walk across this stage. On my far left is Don Schonkweiler. Mr. Schonkweiler is the proud father of a Fairview 1999 graduate, as well as an esteemed member of the Boulder Valley School Board. Please welcome Mr. Don Schonkweiler. Seated next to Mr. Schonkweiler is Bill Van Howe. Dr. Van Howe has served in the Boulder Valley School District for the past 3 decades. Bill knows Fairview well, as he served as our assistant principal for 5 years, then as principal for another 7. He later served as principal at Platt Middle School for 12 outstanding years. This year, he completes his tenure in our district, currently serving as our Director of Secondary Education. Please welcome Dr. Van Hal.
Good morning. I am Matt Ellis, head boy at Fairview High School this year, and it is my privilege today to introduce our faculty commencement speaker. Continuing a longtime Fairview tradition, the class of 1999 has selected from a group of impressive nominees a member of the teaching faculty to speak to us at this, our last official function as students of Fairview High School. Mr. Scott Alexander has taught history in the Boulder Valley Public Schools for the past 27 years, doubling as a student council advisor during 3 of those years. In 1996, Mr. Alexander came back to Fairview and took on the IB program's U.S. history courses, where he has successfully prepared his many students for both the IB and AP examinations. As Fairview Student Council sponsor, he admirably directed the program to become more community-oriented, with students volunteering their time and donating raised money to this very public school supportive community. Along with his challenging courses and all of the extra hours he puts into student council, Mr. Alexander also spearheaded Fairview's LINK program, which provides incoming freshmen an opportunity to more quickly adapt to high school life by having a senior student mentor. Indeed, he is the busiest man on campus, and for his dedicated service to Fairview and for his remarkable teaching abilities, Mr. Alexander was Fairview's first recipient of a monthly Outstanding Teacher Award, which I must say was a relatively modest addition to his slew of other like acknowledgments he has received throughout his teaching career. Interestingly, one of Mr. Alexander's 4 sons, Devin, is amongst those of us garbed in scarlet today. And so it seems doubly appropriate, with all the personal as well as professional relationships he has established with many members of this class of 1999, that he is our faculty commencement speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great honor to introduce to you a true Fairview asset, Mr. Scott Alexander.
I better say in advance here that you'll think my speech was written side by side with Caitlin Decker, because I'm a sentimental dad. And I have known so many of you in this particular graduation class for a very long time. And what I intend to do today is to relate many of those experiences that we have shared in remembrance of those growing up years and in celebration of lives well begun. I hope that those of you not mentioned will regard it as a parallel story to your own growing up years, and that you will find many connections to the experiences I relate. For me, it all started on December 31st, 1980. It was New Year's Eve morning. As I awoke, I rolled over and I looked at the round face of my 9 months pregnant wife, and I said, well, it's today or forget the 1980 tax deduction. She didn't answer me. She just sort of glared at me, as only a 9 months pregnant lady can do. But I'm happy to say, by 6:30 that evening, she had pulled it off. Devin had been born. So there I was, holding this little brown-eyed baby, and he was my first acquaintance with a class of 1999. It wasn't long, however, before he made acquaintance with other members of the class of 99. You see, my wife was in the daycare business. She's still in it. She's been doing it for 24 years now. And Devin was joined in those daycare ranks by Andy Houston, Johnny Domenico, and on occasion, Paul Walsh. We have hilarious photographs of these little guys, 3 and 4 years old, wearing football uniforms with big old shoulder pads and gigantic helmets while they played football in our backyard. They were as likely to peer out the ear holes as through the face mask. And of course, we did baseball in the backyard too. And any tennis ball whacked over the fence by the plastic bat was a sure home run. When the boys reached kindergarten age, life really began to change. They were now going to school, something that would not end until today. Their circle of friends, of course, began to widen. While Andy Houston had to go to Bear Creek Elementary, the rest of them did end up at Mesa Elementary. And there I organized the Tiger Cubs Scout Group in the kindergarten. Yeah, it's the very first step of Cub Scouts. And we would take the boys up on Mesa Trail hikes, and they'd gulp down their granola bars and water and think they'd had a real adventure. Into our group came Josh Friedman, Joe Merrill, Carl Grotluschen, Todd King. As the boys got older and they got into the real Cub Scouts, the group kept expanding. Adam Jensen, Nick Deo, Brooks Lustig, Truman Bradley, Will Robinson, Tony DiGiuseppe, and finally later on Jeremy Laufenberger joined us. And the dads, well, we had the busy job of trying to keep order at scout meetings while Warren Windling wove his magic as our scout leader. But all you guys were so cute in your little blue uniforms and yellow neckerchiefs. And remember all those Top Gun jackets you used to wear? The little pilot patches all over the place, huh? I think every kid felt that he was on his way to becoming a fighter pilot. Meanwhile, the boys were getting into sports also. Of course, we had to start off with T-ball. What a riot. How the parents cheered when you actually hit the ball instead of the stand. And I'll never forget Devin's first home run. Of course, it was just a grounder, but it rolled and rolled through so many pairs of skinny legs. And it kept on rolling. It finally came to rest beneath a blue spruce tree at the edge of the park. By the time the little arms tossed it back towards home, Devin was standing on home plate, and we were all cheering and laughing hilariously. Well, to that baseball group, we added more kids: Tom Abel, David Inner, and of course, Mary Evans. Now you'll notice that all the names I've mentioned so far have been guys, but Mary was a real trooper for us. And she stuck it out in baseball for a long time, and she was in fact a very fine player. And Mary, I have to tell you that it was, shall I say, a mind-bending experience for me when I watched you just a few weeks ago strutting your stuff in the prom fashion show. Because indelibly etched in my mind is a little freckle-faced girl with a ponytail sticking out the back side of her batting helmet. By the time you guys got up to 5th grade, we had added Brian Galusha, Nate Driscoll, Nate Peterson to our group. This is the group. They go on from there, of course, to play youth league football. They played little league and majors teams, the Scouts, and by the time they got to Southern Hills, we added a few more recruits, but most of you stayed on with baseball and football. And we parents got to know each other pretty well too. And in fact, as parents were coming in today, it was like old home week as I was being able to renew acquaintance with people I had known back in these days. And we, of course, became the permanent cheering squad. On occasion, we actually did become the legendary Little League parents from hell. And we gave a hard time to a referee or two, but overall, we were a pretty nice bunch. And of course, back at Mesa, you guys had also done so many things at Mesa Elementary, and you had your Mesa M&M's experience. Almost every kid in Mesa Elementary was a part of Mrs. McCaskill's singing group, and what a show they would put on. Well, by the time you guys got into middle school, I was working with a few of you, just a handful of you, in a slightly different way. You became members of my 8th grade Sunday school class at Atonement Lutheran. Kathleen Anderson, Chris Carey, Greg Dawson were joining Devin, and actually, with the exception of Greg Dawson, they had all started off together in my wife's 3-year-old class, so they had been there for the duration. And so we got you ready for confirmation, and we did a lot of church history together. Martin Luther got a thorough looking at. Now, as I've already mentioned, my story's been long on guys and short on girls, and so by the time you guys got into high school, it was a pleasure to actually see some girls around. And so there we got to see Lucia Shomo, Betsy Reed, Mary Barong, and of course, rather frequently at my house anyway, Jackie Dulian. It's been a lot of fun getting to know so many of you over the years, and to top it off, to be able to actually teach you in the IB classes and to have an opportunity to work with you in both student council and the Link Crew program has just been fantastic. And so, many of you that I hadn't known before high school have become very dear to me as well. But reconnecting with those long familiar faces has been an absolute kick. Watching Paul Walsh and Andy Houston playing football, or Tom Abel in baseball, and Truman Bradley just being all over the place. I have to tell you a story, and I apologize in advance to Marta, Truman's mom. But I'm going to tell the story anyway. Remember how Fairview has always had a bad record with its annual coat drive? I think our standing record was 5 coats a year. That's out of a school of 2,000. Well, 2 years ago, I really wanted it to get better, and I took a hint from Mrs. Campbell Hill. She came up with a brilliant conception that maybe if we bribed them with a little bit of extra credit, they'd actually bring a coat to class. So you guys started piling coats into Mrs. Campbell Hill's class. Well, I thought, I can do that too. So here I am in an IB class where you guys have already had to struggle through hundreds of points, and I offered you a measly 10 points extra credit. Well, suddenly the coats began to show up. We actually ended up bringing in over 400 coats that year. But as I was in my IB class recording the 10 points credit in my grade book as you paraded past with your coats, I was suddenly confronted by Truman Bradley, holding his little Top Gun jacket, the one with the patches all over it. "Truman," I said, "I remember you wearing that in Scouts." "Yeah, I love this jacket. I've always kept it at the back of my closet. I just never could give it away." "Well, Truman, this is a really good time to do it. And some little boy's really gonna love this jacket." "Yeah, I guess. But to be honest with you, I'm doing it for the points." "Truman, 10 lousy points? Are you kidding?" he said. "I'd sell my mother for 10 points in this class." "Truman, tell your mom I settled for the jacket." Before I'm done here today, I suppose I probably should actually give you some bits of wisdom as you enter the real world. That's actually a fairly daunting task. But there's a few gems that I think I've learned over time, and I'm going to offer them to you now. Based upon my own experiences, I recommend that you not be casual about the personal relationships and that you've developed in time, and that you never burn your bridges behind you. One of the really odd lessons that I have learned in life is how it seems to keep running in cycles, and that you keep running into the people that you thought you were done with. And sometimes people that you didn't think you got along with that well at one point of your life will become very important to you later on in completely unexpected ways. That is really true. And so, it is much better to have a positive relationship when that moment comes back and those people are there in your life again. And that relates to another thing. No one that I've ever met has ever faced humiliation because they had gone around treating people with respect. But of course, the opposite can really blow up on you. So, the respect that you give to others, interestingly enough, flows back to you. So here's a chance for you to be extremely generous. Be extremely generous with the respect that you dish out, because it will always mean that you too will be treated with respect. Many of you have already had the opportunity to begin acting on this, and I call this to your attention. Set yourselves up as role models when that's appropriate. All of us can role model something appropriate, and if you work hard to measure up to your own high standards, the respect once again begins to flow back to you. Those of you, for example, who worked as link leaders this year began to experience this, and you got a good lesson in it. But many of you also discovered that it was kind of easy to say one thing but do another. Your actions, however, speak much louder than your words. So remember that role modeling isn't about saying the right things, it's about doing the right things. Another piece of wisdom I'll try to toss your way: the only constant in life is change. Your life and your circumstances will never be as they are today. So don't expect that. And don't try to hold on to these moments too preciously. But seek positive change that will lead to growth. The growth. You see, that's the part that's optional. Change isn't optional, growth is. So choose wisely. Finally, remember that a successful life has little to do with money, and it has a lot to do with your own personal satisfaction and love. You see, those qualities are usually connected to those human relationships we started talking about in the first piece of advice. And those relationships are most important when they relate to spouses, children, and family in general. And so there we are, talking about that cycle of life again. As I made my first point, everything is connected, and it's connected through people. Well, it's been a pleasure to work with you and to teach with you and to learn from you. And it's been fun, and will continue to be fun, to take part in your celebrations. The class of '99 has helped change Fairview in many positive ways. When you entered Fairview High, for example, there was no Link Crew program. And many of you had some pretty rough times being freshmen at our school. And it was Katie Foley who helped us discover the Link Crew program, and she promoted it. And then student council learned about it, and they got excited about it, and they began to push hard for it. They put up money for it. And with that money, we sent out Mr. Franz and me for training. And then you guys yourselves became the first class to go through the training and the experience of being Link leaders. And there you were, out there walking your talk, and you did a great job. This class has also produced remarkable, and I mean remarkable, student leadership. Susie Harder and Alexis Dieter were leaders from the start, and by the time we got you guys up to your senior year, we also got terrific leadership from Matt Ellis, Anthony Manzi, Shally Enright, Kim Decker, Erica Boas, Louis Marichaux, and Catherine Wolf. I would like all of you that I just named to stand for a moment to be recognized by your classmates as the leaders that have always been there for you in the class of '99. Please stand. Thanks to all of you for all of you have done for me, especially in Student Council and the Link Crew program. Well, class of '99, you are really special. So take care of yourselves and enjoy the challenges that await you, and make us proud. You already have, you know. Just keep up the good work.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Your words were not only significant but very inspiring. And more than your words, I just appreciate all that you've meant to Fairview over the past several years and all that you do. Thank you very much. At this time, it's important to recognize some people that have been responsible for today's event. Mr. Tom Smith is the one who coordinates and puts it all together. He's assisted by Ms. Pam Bond Simmons, Ms. Judy Oldham, Ms. Jerry Warkentine, Ms. Marlene Rose Briggs, and all of the staff, especially those members of the Fine Arts Department who've helped make this a very special occasion. Thank you. In addition, we would be very remiss if we did not, after listening to all these speeches, reflect back upon the years that got us here and not take time to recognize the elementary teachers, the middle school teachers, the teachers that have gone before us, that have already retired, that have come back for this special day. So if you're in the audience and you're an elementary teacher or a middle school teacher or a retired instructor, please stand at this time and be recognized. Out of that group, and he can't get at me, is a father of a graduate and a longtime Fairview High School administrator who kind of snuck out on us last year because he gets a little embarrassed. But I would like to thank Jerry Falkenberg specifically for all of his years of hard work and what they meant to Fairview High School. Thank you, Jerry. At this time, I would like to recognize those faculty members who will graduate with this year's class. They are retiring after many years of dedicated service to countless numbers of students. Will the following staff members please stand and be recognized? Mr. Les O'Leary, he retired at semester, I think he's traveling. Mr. Skip Clopton. Mr. George Davis. George has been our mainstay in the Fine Arts Department, tremendous leadership, has a calming influence on all of our kids, and we really appreciate you and we'll miss you. Dr. Joy Fuller of Special Education. Joy? Joy's done an outstanding job as a special educator over many, many years, and this year has served Boulder Valley at the Education Center. Mr. Dan Hunter, counselor. Dan? Take a good look at Dan, because Dan and I were at Fairview in the very early 70s when I had hair on top of my head and Dan had hair all over his face and used to wear beads around his neck. Was quite the hippie. Thank you, Dan. Mr. Dave Mahan. David? David has done an outstanding job as in the area of industrial design and in our special programs, and has led many students to careers in architecture, and we really appreciate your work, Dave. We'll miss you. Mr. Eric Miller in science. Is Eric here today? Here he is. We're trying to talk Eric to come back and help us next year. I think he's going to do that. He's just one of those outstanding science instructors that has been able to captivate the interest of so many youngsters that otherwise wouldn't have an interest in science. He gets their hands on things and does an outstanding job, so we thank you, Eric. Dr. Jackie, Mrs. Jackie Olmsted in world languages, our Spanish instructor, is a new grandmother and couldn't be with us today. Mr. Jim Sheppers in mathematics, the math department. Jim has made the mathematics department what it is. He has an uncanny way of being able to relate with youngsters in such a unique way to draw them in to the study of mathematics and somehow make it understandable. We appreciate everything that you've done, not only for mathematics, but the red and white, which runs through your veins as Fairview High School. We appreciate it, Jim. Thank you. Dr. Pat Upsack in special education. Patricia. Pat means so very much to Fairview High School. She's written books. One of her first books was written about a very outstanding young athlete that died tragically during his career at Fairview, who was one of her students. She's written other books. She means an awful lot to Fairview High School and the students that have had the opportunity to be in her tutelage, and we are expecting a lot more books to be coming off the presses in the years to come. Thanks, Pat, for all that you've done. And finally, I don't think I've forgotten anybody, and it's Ms. Cheryl Von Kennel. Is Cheryl with us today? Is she able to join us? Cheryl is leaving our language arts department. It would be very tough to replace her. And we're almost there, class of '99. Just as these faculty members have distinguished themselves with their many contributions over their careers, you too have truly distinguished yourselves during the past 4 years. As I watched you practice yesterday and tried to share a couple of words and said that these words are really from my heart, I don't know how to express to you the feelings that I have for this particular class. You came in with me. I had been gone for many years, had been in a couple of other schools in Boulder Valley, and I returned with you as you came in as freshmen, as your principal. And so you kind of taught me all along the last 4 years. You were the ones that I learned with how to be a principal. I still have, as you know, an awful lot to learn, but I have an awful lot to thank you for. And I appreciate you very much. We've all taken great pride in your many accomplishments. You have excelled not only in the classroom, but also in every extracurricular and co-curricular activity that you have participated in. You have thrilled us during your performances, just like the choir this morning, and your competitions as we've traveled all over the state of Colorado to watch both our ladies and our men represent the red and white. It has been both exciting and inspiring to witness the great human potential that resides within each one of you. As your principal, I am very proud of the leadership that you have demonstrated as a class. You have truly made a difference at Fairview High School. I know your parents, family, and friends join me in wishing you much success in the future. The time has now come for you to graduate, and so Mr. Schonkweiler, Dr. Van Howe, as principal of Fairview High School, I certify that these students before me have met and in most cases exceeded the graduation requirements of the Boulder Valley school system. We will now commence with the presentation of diplomas. Mr. Smith and Dr. Guevara will read the names of each graduate, and Mr. Schonkweiler and Dr. Van Howe, along with Mr. Haddad and Mr. Fells, will assist me in the presentation and the congratulations of each graduate. It is with great pride that I present to you for graduation the members of the 1999 senior class of Fairview High School.
you.
Alyssa Leanne Barnett.
Sarah Stevenson Beck.
Alexander Baya.
Christopher Robert Barkley.
Nikki Lynn Badger.
Jonathan Aaron Baldwin.
Ryan Lanier Avery.
Jennifer Ramona Azar.
Jessica Marie Arboleda.
Jason Robert Andrews.
Tyler Nathaniel Andrews.
Patrick Ian Anderson.
Kathleen Ann Anderson.
Morgan Rose Anderson.
Victor Evan Ovs.
Nicolo Vito Aeta.
Devin Brent Alexander.
Erica Nicole Agan.
Aaron Reuven Adler.
Kevin Anthony Adams.
Raina Nicole Adelman.
David Michael Abel.
Thomas John Abel.
Devin Coughlin.
Susan Lynn Harder.
Cynthia Corin Schrum.
Caitlin Ann Decker.
Shalimar Josephine Enright.
Anthony Michael Manzi.
Matthew A. Ellis.
Alexis Ann Dieter.
Leah Marie Coughlin.
Billy June Carter II.
Christopher Scott Carey.
Emily McKee Cares.
Dylan M. Burns.
Audrey Ann Burley.
Bradford Wayne Brunkhart.
Jessica Michelle Bergener.
Corey Michelle Brunk.
Ashley Elizabeth Brubaker.
Aaron Michael Broker.
Benjamin Eric Brenton.
Ashley Lenore Breemers.
Truman Turnbull Bradley.
Chris Mark Bradbury.
Laura Beth Boyd.
Jenny Renee Boyd.
Ryan Quinn Bosworth.
Erica Lee Boas.
Nadia Claire Bosk.
Jessica Ann Bleesner.
Carrie Ann Blakeman.
Mary Catherine Barong.
Michael Bishop.
Troy Michael Baronic.
Andrew John Bernhard.
Andrew Patrick Bielner.
Sharon Bree Bergquist.
Maribeth Lee Diebert.
Ann Lisa Bell.
Jordan Alexandra DeMarco.
Lauren Nevada Batchelder.
Julie Beth DeSisto.
John Scott Dias.
Michael Nicholas Domenico.
Nicholas Oberg Deo.
Antonio Benedict De Giuseppe III.
Heather Allison Demarest.
Jeremy Hugh DeBaker.
Kimberly Cherie Decker.
Gregory David Dawson.
Michael Evanson Davies.
Robert Harlan Dahl.
Thomas Robert Crouch.
Jessica Rose Creevy.
Dominic William Cronshaw.
Julie Lynn Kramer.
Jesse Allen Crane.
Brittany Nicole Cordesy.
Jacqueline Danielle Cooper.
Jonathan Benjamin Clow.
Justin Lee Collier.
Anna Elizabeth Clark.
Lane Claire Catherine Coffey.
Lucia Elizabeth Shomo.
Ryan Noel Clayson.
Ashley Sarah Fitzgerald.
Amanda Jane Chiricos.
Alexander Austin Fisher.
Joey Chow.
Scott Clayton Fetter.
Catherine Guild Foley.
Sophia Fair.
Sarah Margaret Fagowski.
Andres Fair.
Drew Emery Falkenberg.
Daniel Paul Bafach.
Jessica Marie Fagry.
Marissa Ann Evans.
Mary Catherine Evans.
Alexandra Ertl.
Brian Christopher Evans.
David Chung-Lee Inner.
Rhea Marie McKnight Esposito.
Jeremy David Elliott.
Mary Christine Ernest.
Allison Louise Ebbets.
Peter James English.
Jacqueline Elizabeth Dulian.
Lindsay Beth Ehlers.
Jessica Lane Donnelly.
Nathaniel John Driscoll.
John Patrick Domenico.
Melissa Christine Dozier.
Faye Carol Doherty.
Brooke Jana Dolenz.
Julie Ann Harrison.
Paul Tyler Deal.
Ryan Harris.
Nathaniel Harrison.
Rowan Schotlauer Harms.
Amy Elizabeth Harris.
Jennifer Elizabeth Hale.
Kenneth Aaron Harris.
Carl Robert Groschluschen.
Lauren Edwards Harkness IV.
Natalia Jane Grant. Natalie.
Kevin Scott Haley.
April Lynn Graff.
Robin Dale Hackathorn.
Monique Amber Geis.
Sydney Ray Groney.
Carol Ann Gedenberg.
Hugh Gordon.
Joshua Paul Gerard.
Pierre Gorgeous.
Brian Thomas Galusha.
Amanda Jean Gehant.
Josh Friedman.
Ryan W. Jabauer.
Paul Edward Carner.
Denise Leah Gardner.
Charles W. Johnson.
Suzanne Rennick Gallagher.
Lindsay Marie Johannes.
Kara Brittany Friery.
Adam Daniel Jensen.
Ronit Franco.
Anna Jelenkovich.
Noel Christian Jordan.
Maria Capri Isley.
Valerie Lynn Johnson.
Allison Elaine Hunt.
Stephanie Cameron Johansson.
Joanna Renee Howe.
Susan Gilson.
Nick Hotard.
Edward Paul Jarvis.
Nathaniel Mark Hodel.
Megan Akiko Hurley.
Brian Mitchell Knapp.
Catherine Elaine Huguenard.
Marcia Herrera.
Andrew Douglas Houston.
Dawn Aurora Helton.
Bo Ritter Homestead.
Matthew Geyer Hayden.
Kirsten Michelle Hollingsworth.
Cassandra Jean Leroy.
Adria Renee Heimsfeld.
Lon T. Lee.
Jennifer Dawn Heath.
Jack Kunqui Lee.
Andrew Joseph Lewis.
Justin Joseph Lawrence.
Brian Jeffrey Lee.
Jeremy Loffenberger.
Kirsten Deanne Lee.
Noelle Marie Larson.
Amy Marie Leachman.
Tamara Marie Londine.
Joy Elizabeth Lawson.
Carrie William Kuntz.
Genevieve Margaret Faye Lawrence.
Joseph Ernie Korn.
Sarah Emily Larson.
William James Kingston.
Alyssa Suzanne Larson.
Hyung Suk Yumi Kim.
James Benton Lackey.
Benjamin James Kelleher.
William Franklin Lacey.
Jessica Eileen Kegley.
Donald Justin Knowles.
Jacqueline Lee Kaufman.
Scott Robert Knappmiller.
Robert Bedrick Mells.
Todd Christian King.
Tiffany Ann McLean.
Sarah Kemp Mell.
Rebecca Lee McGowan.
Joshua David Kelderman.
Claire Elish McCafferty.
Laura Kristen Kowalik.
Ginny Catherine McAleese.
Laura Rebecca Matine.
Porter Mouse.
Jessica Ann McCain.
Louis James Marichaux.
Michael McDivitt.
Justin Henry Marcellus.
Andrew Joel McClellan.
Evan Taylor Marcellus.
Tad McAnally.
Oliver Elias Mansur.
Grant Edward Mayer.
Ryan Nicholas Maneri.
Rebecca Mary Mason.
Catherine Lutran.
Amanda Marie Martinez.
Brooks Arthur Lustig.
Andrew Charles Martin.
Ryan Paul Lundquist.
Jennifer Sorrell Marson.
Jason Scott Losey.
Robert David Maisler.
Emily Elizabeth Patterson.
Rachel Lynn Maddie.
Megan Marie Opfer.
Britton Lee Mason.
Olofodari Gabriel Aransola.
Carolyn Ruth Losey.
William Bradley Oliver.
Eric Lagerquist.
Marimee P. Necrod.
Jacob Roger Ott.
Isaac James Newland.
Elizabeth Ann Olson.
Emily Marie Nelson.
Tamara Lynn Neely O'Hara.
Cassandra L. Morrow.
Alicia Marie Norris.
Elizabeth Catherine Moore.
Joel Boy Wen.
Darren Joseph Mishke.
Laura Margaret Newberry.
Tyra Dodd Miller.
Julie Myers.
Christopher Milhausen.
Charles Brewer Mortimer.
Erin Elizabeth Myers.
Zachary Daniel Moore.
Joseph James Merrill.
Logan Edward Mitchell.
Ryan Roby.
Emily Louise Miller.
Christina Roberts.
Brendan Kyle Miller.
Douglas Martin Roberts.
Art Mahalik.
Elizabeth Louise Reed.
Anna Marie Mesmer.
Elizabeth Xenia Quint.
Lisa Ava Melby.
Jennifer Cranky.
Leisha Robinson.
Kristen Helen Poppy.
Kelly Suzanne Roberts.
Jacqueline Janlee Poon.
Elizabeth Curtis Ray.
Henry Maxwell Perot.
Teresa Maureen Preston.
Cynthia May Ploucher.
Haley Lauren Polis.
Brett William Pyrie.
Justin Lee Pollard.
Amanda Marie Pingle.
Janelle Renee Paulette.
Michael Chuan Bond.
Andrea Shirley Kleiner.
Sharon Ramos Peralta.
Brooke Elizabeth Pickering.
Miriam Grace Sparkman.
Jennifer Marie Phillips.
Christopher Graham Smith.
Derek Jean Peterson.
Jared Glenn Smilkstein.
Nathaniel Craig Peterson.
Michael Justin Sinke.
Catherine Ann Peppersack.
Sabrina Lorraine Severing.
Brent Neild Paul.
Clayton Wesley Peter Schonkweiler.
Allison Gail Smith.
Christopher Scolari.
Amanda Smith.
Adam Justin Sarbaugh.
Emma Catherine Smadbeck.
Matthew James Sanderson.
Peter William Seward.
Chad Michael Salvador.
Michael J. Shaw.
Gary Lawrence Ross.
Claire Keaton Shea.
Emily Roper.
Daniel Elan Seidman.
Conrad Edward Resch.
Jillian Ann Shell.
Paul Jacob Robin.
Caleb Tristan Scoff.
Sarah Beth Underwood.
Jessica Lynn Sanders.
Tong Long Trong.
Luke Salem.
Matt Trady.
Jason Allen Roth Nelson.
Mai Tran.
Chelsea Rawlings.
Kristen Marie Toll.
Jennifer Rogers.
Joshua Paul Thompson.
William Earl Robinson.
Eliza Elaine Thomason.
Alan Wesley M. Suda.
Benjamin Matthew Tevan.
Sarah Noel Tovey.
Jonathan Robert Tallman.
Ashley Nicole Tobias.
Carolyn Ann Zoke.
Carolyn Elizabeth Thoreau.
Megan Joy Sullivan.
Skylar J. Talene.
J. Rod Stephen.
Harrison Bain Taylor.
Matthew Steinwand.
Fareed Tabayan.
Sari Hope Steinmo.
Kimberly Ann Simsack.
Scott Elliott Golder Stanton.
Jared David Strange.
Christopher Stahl.
Annie Elizabeth Stover.
William Yeager.
Justin Stearns.
Anthony Samuel Wyban.
Julia Catherine Stengel.
Ryan E. Wood.
Amita Srinivas.
Cynthia Louise Wolf.
Gordon Michael South.
Catherine Rose Wolf.
Stephanie Alicia Woodson.
Galadriel Willis.
Yao Chi Wong.
Jacob Eugene Willis.
Benjamin Todd Walpoth.
Megan Werdiski.
Amber Dawn Wabakind.
Nicholas Parker Weston.
Mark Thomas Wilson.
Paul James Wasika.
Nicole Yvonne Wilford.
Amanda Marie Warrenberg.
Catherine Elizabeth White.
Jonathan Daniel Walker.
Julie Brianne Webb.
Ryan M. Vogenthaler.
Christiane Michelle Warren.
Heather Ray Vogel.
Thomas Wanabo.
Wayne Howard Vinson.
James Paul Walsh III.
Brendan Guy Vaughn.
Cassandra Michelle Waldhoff.
Justin Francis Zeiker.
Zoya Alexandrova Voronovich.
Shane Ronald Zinner.
Lauren Vigil.
Christina Diana Zamora.
Bradley Glenn Vigil.
Stacy Lynn Young.
Thomas F. Verani.
Ace Young.
Denny Parker Wise. Cassandra Jessica Zubiate. Gwendolyn Rose Zeller. Excuse me, Gwendolyn Rose Zeiler. Amber Lynn Young. Hannah Hillary Young. Abraham Elliott Yokel. Amy J. Wright.
Get a signature because they're all in exact order.
Class of 1999, please stand.
You may now change your tassels from right to left.
Please be seated for the slideshow.
Right here on the chairs, just turn them around.
Class of 99. Wear sunscreen. Enjoy the power and beauty of your youth.
I see trees of green, red roses too. I see them bloom for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue and clouds of white, the bright blessed day, the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful word.
For love is blind and you're far too kind. Don't ever let it show. I wish that I knew what I know now. But when I was younger, I wish that I knew what I know now. But when I was stronger.
Montag, lieben, lauten, loben.
Say I'm pretty fly for a white guy. Uno, dos, tres, cuatro, cinco, cinco, seis.
You know it's kinda hard just to get along today. Our subject isn't cool, but he thinks it anyway. He may not have a clue and he may not have style, but everything he lacks, well, he makes up in denial. So don't defame, play us straight. You know he really doesn't get it anyway. Gotta fight that feel and keep it real. For you know way, for you know way. So if you don't break, just overcompensate. At least you know you can always go on Ricky Lake. The world needs wannabes on. Hey, hey, do that brand new thing.
Give it to me, baby. Give it to me, baby.
Dance.
Girl, to be with you is my favorite thing. And I can't wait till I see you again. Yeah. I wanna put on my boogie shoes. Just boogie with you. Yeah. I wanna put on my boogie shoes. Just boogie with you. I wanna do till the sun comes up. Oh yeah.
Let's go, girls.
Though I'm missing you, I'll find a way to get through. Living without you, 'cause you were my sister, my strength, and my pride. Only God may know why. Still, I will get by.
What would you think if I sang out a tune? Would you stand up and walk out on me? Lend me your ears and I'll sing you a song, and I'll try not to sing out of key. Oh, I get by with a little help from my friends. I get high with a little help from my friends. Gonna try with a little help from my friends. What do I do when my love is away? Does it worry you?
Do one thing every day that scares you. Understand that friends come and go, but with a precious few, you should hold on. You'll marry, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll have children, maybe you won't. Maybe you'll divorce at 40. Maybe you'll dance the funky chicken on your 75th wedding anniversary. Be careful whose advice you buy, but Be patient with those who supply it. Whatever you do, don't congratulate yourself too much, or berate yourself either. Your choices are half chance. So are everybody else's.
Brother and sister, together we'll make it through. Someday our spirit will take you and guide you there. I know you've been hurting, but I've been waiting to be there for you. And I'll be there just helping you out whenever I can.
Work hard to bridge the gaps in geography and lifestyle, because the older you get, the more you need the people you knew when you were young. Sometimes you're ahead, sometimes you're behind. The race is long, and in the end, it's only with yourself.
I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. I'm so tired, I can't sleep. Standing on the edge of something much too deep. It's funny how it feels so much, I cannot say a word. We are screaming inside, oh, we can't be heard. And I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by. Weep not for the memories. So afraid to love you, more afraid to lose. Clinging to a past that doesn't let me choose. Where once there was a darkness, a deep and endless night. Gave me everything you had, oh, you gave me light. And I will remember you. Will you remember me? Don't let your life pass you by.
2 weeks ago, I found out I was to give the farewell speech, which means I'm the kid that lets everyone know that many of us will never see each other again. And later on, I realized that's why no one wanted to sign my yearbook. So anyway, here we are. We're at graduation, just minutes away from completing our own graduation, and minutes away from completing a chapter that I thought would never end. Just when I think I'm finished, we have yet another chapter to complete as we head to college in this fall. Perhaps Al Pacino summed it up best in The Godfather 3, right when I think I'm out, they pull me back in. Personally, I'm more worried about 15 minutes from now when I realize that next year my mother will not be doing my breakfast or my laundry. Anyway, the class of '99, we have come to realize that this is the moment we are responsible for ourselves. No longer can we turn to mom and dad when we have problems, and hopefully the independent thought alarm is ringing loud and clear. For never again will we be looked at as children or teenagers or any other cliche you can think of. We are young adults, and as adults, we must thrive by trusting ourselves, by not seeking guidance every time something doesn't work out, by accepting who we are and the endless possibilities that lie ahead of us. And now, without further ado, the Fairview High School tour has come to an end. So, if you'll follow my explicit directions, I will try to make this as smooth as possible. Would everyone please stand up? Gently raise your right or left hand, grab your cap, proceed to remove it, and throw it in the air. Congratulations.
Congratulations, that concludes our ceremony. Students will meet you where you're at, parents. A reminder that diplomas can be picked up within the next half hour in the southwest concession stand on the main concourse, up under that scoreboard. Have a safe and fun time as you celebrate. Thank you.